this is the spot that started everything, so hopefully it hits just as well. I'd be so disappointed if this was not any good. If this was just like, phew, after our review. Am I the poison? If you ever find yourself in a position where you can review food online, you will find that people can get very, very culty about all sorts of foods, including Italian beefs, including Italian sandwiches. They can get very culty about the traditions of it. And tradition is great. I love tradition, but you don't have to follow tradition. You can eat food the way you want to eat food, right? You do an Italian sandwich, they're like, don't put mayo on it. Like, why not? Mayo makes it delicious. A lot of people agree. Actually, a lot of sandwich shops offer it with mayo because they know that it's good. Not just because people have been asking for it, but because it's actually good. It goes really well with the hot giardiniera. It goes really well with like the dressing that's on there, makes it a little bit creamier, etc. I'm going off on Italian sandwiches, but the same thing is with Italian beefs. They'll tell you what's the tradition. It should just be the beef and the peppers and then the sandwich and the jus. That's great, but you could experiment with that stuff. Experimenting with food is how we got here in the first place, man. The reason all the food exists that you love is because people were willing to do things outside of the box, put things together, put meat on a sandwich. Whoa, that's a sandwich. I meant bread, but you get the point. Anyway, that kind of stuff, that kind of stuff is the reason we have the foods that we love. So I just never understand this culty thing that happens because people are doing things a little bit differently. And that's great, but they should be commended for it and they should be encouraged to do it more so that we find more new good flavors versus, no, that's not tradition. Let's just stay where we are. Let's not move. Let's just eat the same goddamn food over and over again. No, I don't believe in that. I love when people experiment with food, and today, this radical Italian beef is not a regular Italian beef at all. There's some shit on there that's gonna piss a lot of people off who have not heard of this place before. But I promise you, it was delicious, and I bet it still is. So a funny thing to me is once you get into this food category online where you're reviewing food, yada yada, because of everyone else who's come before you, a lot of people just tend to think that you get free food or you get paid to do these reviews, etc., which is not the case. All right, I tell you guys when I do that, and that's very public. But the reality is most of the time, I'm just buying my own food. And so with that, I gotta get some money. Oh, look away for a second. Thank you. The very first spot that I ever reviewed was called Rammy's Contractors in Elk Grove Village. A really tiny sandwich shop in the middle of like warehouses and all that stuff. Very inconspicuous, but apparently a very big community following. And they had what was called a radical Italian beef, which is like their take on an Italian beef, not traditional at all. And I had that, it was delicious, and it was the thing that made me continue doing food reviews. And I rated that sandwich an 8.2. And I thought, what a cool thing it would be to go back today, since I'm doing this YouTube channel now, and what a cool thing it would be to go back, try it again, see if it's still pretty good, see if it sucks, who knows, maybe they got too ahead of themselves. But yeah, I thought it would be a good idea, so let's go and try that today. The funny part here is there's like a Corvette right down there, I don't know if you can see it, and that's right where Rammy's, a little inconspicuous sandwich shop is. So these mofos are rocking a Corvette. That's crazy. This is basically where it is, right in here. Tiny little shop. Looks like nothing's here. They got a little smoke shop, bait and tackle, some audio place that probably no one goes to, and a little sandwich shop. And those are the space. Those are the hidden gems, you know what I mean? So we got the bag. Inside it's pretty cool. Just a small sandwich shop. A lot of cool local drinks they have available. And that's what I mentioned before. The spot's very like huge with the community. A lot of support in the community. And I think that's what makes this sandwich special, is that it's made with that love versus the place that just make it to make a buck. Regardless of what the food is, the community vibe inside is nice. We got the bag. Perfect. Warehouses everywhere. It's a little windy today. Hopefully the audio is pretty good. This actually looks better than the one I reviewed. Hopefully it tastes better. I'm gonna hold my hand here so you can hear the audio maybe. It's got the Italian beef, garlic spread, pesto spread, tomatoes, hot giardiniera, buttered Italian Italian roll. Very unique. It's just as good. Oh, that's yummy. I think the best thing you could do with this sandwich is not compare it to a regular traditional Italian beef, because it's way more than that, and it needs to be praised for being more than that, so it needs to be bumped up into the other categories. The garlic spread on here is crazy, okay? And it goes really well with the pesto, that goes really well with the provolone cheese. The actual Italian beef is nice. It's not dry, it's got a ton of flavor, and it's actually really juicy in here. The hot giardiniera is actually hot. I love that. As always, tomatoes can fuck off. Don't really care about the tomatoes. And this being on a buttered, toasted Italian roll, next level, because it's got that crunch on the bite you like. You know, usually Italian beefs end up sogging up because of how wet they get, and the bread's not ready for that. This toasted, buttered Italian roll, it's just the perfect combination with this. It's awesome. Definitely just as good as I remember it, if not better. And this is what they had to drink, some Joe's mango lemonade. Woo! Pretty good. So did that sandwich live up to the hype on the first video when I had it and I thought it was delicious and an 8.2? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say this time around it was even better than I remember it. I'm gonna give it an 8.3 this time. Let's bump it up 1 point, why not? But yeah, that sandwich was fantastic. The spot inside is pretty cool, family owned it seems. And just the creativity of the sandwich is where I'm loving that the most. It's not, shouldn't be considered a Italian beef in that category, just its own unique creative sandwich. That's definitely what this was. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and hit that notification for more videos coming up. I love you.